Good afternoon, everybody. Mike here. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. And today I wanted to talk about my recent customer service experience with FCA, so Fiat Chrysler Automotive. So about a week prior to getting the message on YouTube, I had taken my car into the dealership for some other things. It needed the radiator replaced as well as a recall on the fuel rails. So that was going into the dealership for that. And when it went in, I decided I would ask them about the seats and about the paint bubble and the hood and everything to see if we could get those issues sorted out. And the paint bubble, the body shop said, yeah, we'll take care of it, no problem. And as far as the seats were concerned, they said, well, we'll have to take a picture of it, send it to Dodge, and see what they say. So, to be honest, I wasn't really hopeful that anything was going to happen because the dealership probably is not going to go out on a limb to try to help me when, the problem could just be glossed over and whatever. It wasn't a big problem to begin with anyway, so I wasn't too hopeful on it, let's just say that. About a couple days later, ironically, I think it was the day after actually the car gets out of the shop, I got the message from the Mopar YouTube channel and saying, hey, we'd like to get these issues sorted out for you. So I was immediately impressed by that. I thought it was pretty cool that they were reaching out through YouTube, and I didn't know how far it was going to go, but I was impressed by the fact that they were reaching out to begin with. I thought that was very cool. So I, respond, and it was like midnight when I responded by the time Honda noises. So it was about midnight by the time I responded. And the next morning, I get a call from the dealership saying, hey, we got a call from Chrysler headquarters. We're going to order your seats right away. So I was like, wow, holy crap. I responded at midnight. The next morning, the dealership is calling me, ordering the seats and all that stuff. So that was taken care of like instantly. So if I wasn't impressed before, now I'm like blown away. This is awesome. So a couple days goes by, and we're trying to get the scheduling worked out between me and the person at the dealership, just trying to get the right time for when the seats get here. We schedule something, and it gets all set up. Long story short, the snowstorm happened, so we couldn't get into the I couldn't get into the dealership, and we couldn't get a scheduling thing worked out for like 2 weeks after that, which kind of sucked because the seats were already there. Here's what I didn't know, is that my original appointment before the snow ruined it was for 2 days after I got the phone call from the dealership. So I picked up my car. The morning they called me about Chrysler had called them and the seats were going to be ordered, all that good stuff. So the appointment was for 2 days from that point. What I didn't know was that Chrysler, in order to make that 2-day deadline, they had someone drive. They were going to ship it, and it wasn't going to get there on time. They had someone drive from Michigan. Now, I can tell you from here to Ohio is a minimum of 5 hours to get to the Ohio border, kind of out that direction. So I don't know how far Michigan is, but I can tell you it is not a short trip by any means. They had someone personally deliver the seat covers, so like the whole leather skin for the seat, from Michigan so it could get there by the deadline and make the appointment time. That was incredible, and I didn't know that until I picked up the car, but I think that, that is just the most insane thing I've ever heard, to be honest. And the fact that they did that is just incredible. They had someone drive that far is absolutely, awesome. And I would never expect or, wish for someone to do that. It was not my request. I wasn't worried about scheduling at all. So, I was not like upset, up in arms about this whatsoever. So I don't want anyone to think that, I caused this. That was just them doing it. So, that was extremely impressive. And then the people at the dealership, once that we finally got the scheduling worked out, like 2 weeks later. And again, I felt so bad once I learned this because it didn't even matter because I couldn't get my car in to be serviced anyway because of the snow situation. So, they could have just shipped them. So that was just incredible, and throughout the whole time of trying to get the scheduling worked out with the dealership for like a week, Chrysler I was working with an awesome representative there, was calling me all the time to check up on things, how is it going, and don't mind the pedal, that's just my shoe because it's wet outside. But anyway, sorry, I know that's a horrible noise. So anyway, they were calling me like all the time to check up on me, how's the car doing, how's the dealership treating you, all this stuff. So the customer service was just absolutely incredible. It really was, it's just awesome. So long story short, we got the scheduling worked out. The car goes back in. Like I said in the video about my seat update, you can go back and check that out. The title of the video is Hellcat is fixed, loose seat leather issue resolved. And the tech down there at the dealership, Demir, awesome guy, was working on the seats for like 2 days because, these guys, they're not leather experts, and overnight he has to learn how to become a leather upholstery person. So, hats off to the techs down there because they got to do all kinds of, they got to be able to do an oil change from, like I said, a Dodge Dart to doing something like this, which is just, you know, something totally out of the ordinary. So they did a fantastic job. Seats got replaced, paint bubble was fixed, and FCA was calling, checking up the whole time. So overall, it was just an incredible experience. I really cannot say, you know, good enough things about them. The fact that they stand behind their products so much to go to those lengths to do it was just awesome. And I can tell you from, you know, having a Corvette as well, all the Corvette forums and everything, I've never heard of a customer service story that was like that. Never. And even the best customer service story out there, I've never heard one where a company went to those lengths to make sure that the issue was resolved. So, you know, overall, I'll keep the video relatively short because I don't want to drone on and on, but I really hope that everybody sees this message. You know, unfortunately, the way it goes is the negative videos get 300,000 views, the positive ones get 50,000 if you're lucky. But, you know, all I can say is that they really, really stand behind their product. And, you know, I looked this up because I thought, well, maybe, you know, because of the video or something, they're going extra lengths. But I looked it up on forums and everything, and Dodge is no stranger to making things right. There's been a couple of people who the engine has had issues and they've replaced the car. Someone had a 15, the engine had a catastrophic failure, so they gave him a 2016. Back to Corvettes, not that I'm, you know, bashing on Corvettes here, but just for comparison purposes. I've known many people who, when the C7 came out and when I got mine back in the day, that have had issues with the car. Nobody was given a next model year car. Some people were given a car that was a replacement, and not many. But nobody got one from the next model year because, you know, Chevrolet stance was, oh, we can't do that, and this and that. Well, Dodge apparently can. So I'm just, you know, I'm not calling out Corvette and Chevy or anything like that, but I'm just saying their customer service was absolutely incredible and really went out on a limb to get things done. So they absolutely stand behind their product. If somebody is worried about getting this car, you know, you're worried about any issues you're going to have with it, I say go for it. I can confidently say that the company is going to stand behind their product, and they did an absolutely fantastic job with this. The car is looking better than brand new. The seats look great. So everybody at the dealership did a good job as well. I want to give them the credit that they deserve too. So, you know, that's pretty much it. I was blown away by the service, and just really an incredible story. And I'm glad that, you know, hopefully as many people see this as the other videos, but I'm glad that I'm able to share this and say that, hey, you know, this is a great product and they really stand behind it if it does have issues. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Always appreciate it. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe and take care. Have a great day.